Hello, hello. All right, folks, we're 4 days away from the beginning of Video Vixen. And last night I met somebody in public and she had a question and she's like, I don't know what it is. Can I participate? And so I was like, great. I'm glad you're asking that. So today I'm going to share about thought leadership. But first, I want to share, you know, so many people who have already done Video Vixen, they're like doing this like pros. And they are because they've done it a lot. So if you've never done Video Vixen before, hi, my name is Shane Coleman, Enchantress Shane. I run this whole thing. And basically, it starts December 12th, and you are going to get a prompt a day. And a prompt is a sentence that you can use to then share whatever else you want to share. So a prompt might be, today I'm feeling extra excited about, and then you share the rest of the stuff. You'll also have to excuse me. I'm in the middle of dental work, so I feel a little disjointed. Anyway, so that's it. You go live every day. You can say whatever you want, or you can use the prompt that I give, and you get to choose what social media platform you want to use. Please do tag me so that I can watch it. But also, you're going to use the hashtag Video Vixen Winter Mission so that other people can find you and follow you, because there is a community aspect to this. So that's it. It's pretty simple. But today we're going to talk about, I want to share about thought leadership as a creative. So if you look up thought leadership, it's almost like um, very collegiate or political. We're not doing that here. We're creatives. And so I want to explore this term with you because it deeply resonates with me. And I want you to deeply resonate with it too. And if you're in the world of imagination and innovation and self expression and creativity, whether it's writing or art or speaking or Reiki, yoga, cold water dipping, any of it, anything that you're interested in, we're here as enchanted folks to change the dynamic so that whatever you're talking about, whatever you're passionate about, it reaches the people that think, oh, what I have to say isn't important. So you are all leaders because you are already showing up to do this mission. What's up, Tanya? I'm glad you're here. So, what is a thought leader for creatives? So, I just want to say it's more than just being an expert. It's like you're the vanguard of ideas, the trailblazers of innovation. And so, how I'm a thought leader, and there's many different angles, is okay. I know. I once did a talk on how the population of autistic people and the population of um, BDSM and kink are the same, right? So it's outrageous. Nobody talks about that. And yet I had a lot to say on how society puts them out, right? If you're autistic, oh, you're over there. If you're into BDSM and kink, you're over there. Like, don't really talk about that in public. And definitely don't talk about them together. So that would be a thought leader, whereas that's not something that people talk about. Now, that's an extreme example, but at its core, a thought leader for creatives is someone not only who possesses like a deep understanding. So this isn't something that you're going to start researching, but it's something you know in your soul. And it's someone who creates art in some way, but shapes the narrative of the big, bold idea that you already have within you into your creative idea. So you're like the pioneer of doing something new that has never been done before. So you'll see this a lot with a lot of the women and the men that I work with, which is here's a great example. So Russell, who's having a documentary made about him, he's a wallpaper guy, a wallpaper hanger, 40 years or some other big number of wallpaper. But now he has transformed into a wallpaper artist. What's the difference? Well, if you ask any union guy, they're just going to say, like, yeah, hang wallpaper. But he sees it differently. He sees it as piece on the walls, a way to change your whole perspective. There's like a lot going on there. So it's like something that you already have that you've already been doing. Educators, like I was a preschool teacher, and now I use what I learned as a preschool teacher and behavior of children to parlay into inner child work, and how it's very much this, it is the same. It's not very much, it is the same. And as we were as children, shows up as we are as adults. And that's thought leadership. And a true thought leader in the realm of creativity is not only proficient in their craft, but is also a generous mentor. So, a thought leader is someone who is eager to share their insights, eager to nurture and to give away their ideas to inspire others. So the other day when I was doing this another talk, when it was like 6 or 7 days or 8 days away, whatever, somebody wrote in and said I had to Google what is thought leadership. And I love that because we're already learning. So I never really resonated with the term coach. I always felt like I'm a little judgy on it because you can get a coaching certification in a weekend or over 8 weeks. And I feel like I've spent my whole life and all my education working towards what I'm doing right now. And I created it. It's not like I got a coaching certification. I never actually did. So, Video Vixen, if you listen to the audio that I shared the other day, it's a visualization. And it was basically asking you, who are you showing up as in this Video Vixen? Who, like, what's your platform? Are you just the like chick who's hanging out on the couch? Are you the thought leader who's saying things that are making people think deeply? Are you the artist that's like, wait a minute, art is also really good for ADHD? Like, what is it? Are you the creative? Are you the boss? Like, and I'm inviting those of you who definitely who have done this before to show up as your thought leader. Now, the other day we had our last trust club. We're on hiatus for a minute, hibernation. And I asked the ladies, like, who are you gonna be for Video Vixen? Like, you could show up. Listen, I know everybody who does Video Vixen is smart. There's something interesting to say. They've gotten used to being on camera, but what are you going to give yourself as the filter? I don't even want to say filter. As the stage platform, it's like, oh, the world renowned artist, right? So like one of my friends and clients, Christian, just opened up a show in Dumbo last night. He actually is a world renowned watercolor artist, and he's doing something radically interesting where he's adding metallics into watercolors, which is thought leadership. Well, it's creative leadership. So when I say that to people who are in the art world, they're like, wow, that's something special. So I want to invite you to do this Video Vixen as your thought leader. Now, you can give yourself any title you want, but I want you to give yourself that frame so that when you show up, you are now creating and cultivating and manifesting this newer, updated, more powerful version of yourself. If you haven't listened to the audio yet, go listen to it. It's like 11 minutes. I tagged everybody on it. And then as we navigate the over expanding universe of creativity, I want you to have the aspiration to be a thought leader in your own right. There's no way you can mess it up. So we're not going to only create, but inspire and lead and shape the dialogue but it's going to be the kind of thing where you're like, whoa, I'm a little nervous to share this. Because when you're smart, you could just cruise through life being smart. But if you want to change the world, if you want to inspire others, it's mega important to say your truth that might make others uncomfortable. So start to take note of what pisses you off in the industry, whatever your industry is. And I already shared something that pisses me off is coaches that take an 8-week course and then charge 50K and then help people from their own pain body. That's annoying. So as a thought leader, I would do a campaign on make sure when you're hiring your coach that they're not just a weekend certification coach. And that would make a lot of people uncomfortable. Um, when I talk about the inner hag, I've gotten so many messages about like, can you not use that word? It's upsetting. And it's like, wow, that's something to work with. If you don't like that word, yes, of course you can say like, I'm not using it. But like, what's in there that's bothering you? So as a thought leader, you may get pushback. You may get people who are like, you can't say that, and whatever words they use. But I'm encouraging you to do this video vixen as the boss, as the thought leader that's like provoking people a little bit. And when you provoke people, hi everyone, welcome, welcome. It makes you feel like it could make you feel like you're doing something wrong. But look, our world right now is like a dumpster fire. And you basically can't fuck up. Like, don't be racist. Don't hurt anybody. By calling anybody names. I don't have to say that here, but I'll just say it. But otherwise, it's free reign. You can share whatever you want. I once had this whole piece that I wrote about if your parents are fucked up, you're fucked up too. Now, it'll grab you and make you read it. Or you might be like, oh my God, I've been thinking and feeling that the whole time. So it's a very loud statement that you're going to present to the world because the internet is internet. It's international, it's global. And the possibilities are someone in the world might read what you're sharing and want you to come speak at their organization, or I don't know, that's what I want. So start to think about the whimsical journey, right? You're still going to be true to yourself. It is going to be whimsical, the whimsical journey of you showing up as your thought leader, as your most edgiest version of what you really think. So I'm going to give you prompts, but I want you to spin it into an enchanted invitation for people to listen, not to support you. Like, that kind of annoys me. Like, can you watch this to support me? No, I'm a fucking expert and I want you to work on yourself. And so I'm not doing this to ask for support. This is you speaking. I'm doing this because not only am I an expert, but I'm going to present to you some bold ideas that maybe you've never heard before. So even when you're inviting your friends, if you think about it in the way of like, here's something that you can do that you might not do on your own, but we have a community that's going to support you and a leader that's going to encourage you to speak your mind. And the world's a dumpster fire, so now's the time to do it. Whoopee! So you're like the maestro leading the symphony of imagination. The other day, oh my God, I can't remember his name. He just won the 11 Emmys? No, Oscars. No. What's the music? Grammys. He won 11 Grammys. He's brilliant. And he played Beethoven. Excuse me. And he not only played Beethoven, he played it gospel version. He played a jazz version. He played a reggae version. I don't remember. But It was on like 60 Minutes or something, and it was revolutionary. And they showed his fingers playing. If anybody knows his name, I'm going to put it in the comments once I look it up. Hello, hello. Okay, the other piece, and this is a technical thing, but I'm going to put it in the thing right now. If you type in the comments and you've never given StreamYard permission to post your name, it just says Facebook user. And I want to know who's everybody talking. Whatever. I'm going to find it. Yes. Well, I'm not going to find it right now. So that's that. I'll come back to that. Because I want to know who's chatting and saying hello. All right. So let's take a minute right now. I want to invite everybody to close your eyes if you're not driving, of course. And just like make your body a little boneless, like close your eyes. I'm going to open my eyes in a minute. And just stretch your body like, big ugly yawn. Stretch, let yourself feel good. And I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine and envision a tower or a castle, something that's magical, surrounded by an enchanted forest. And in the tower or in the castle, I want you to picture a solitary wizard, a witch, an enchantress, a goddess. And I want you to picture them in the laboratory, in the studio or the laboratory. And maybe there's fairies, benevolent fairies floating all around. And it's in this laboratory that the main character is at work, nurturing the potential to bloom into magic, into outreach. And the more they work, the more this golden energy starts to spread out all over the world, reaching very, 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 very far. And this is the Thought Leader Laboratory. This is where the magical being, whoever is in there, like a luminary, is casting this radiant glow that helps other beings get out of self-doubt, get out of creative stagnation. And these are the celestial beings. And so just envision this character. Maybe it's you. I don't know. But this wizard, this witch is in their laboratory, in the Thought Leader Laboratory, coming up with the perfect spell, the perfect tincture, the perfect mindset. And then imagine this character leaning back, sitting down in a comfy couch behind them, and coming up with a word. And the word is, I did it. I got it. Doesn't matter what you got. But what's that word? What's the word that this character got? And then in this moment, if you're coming in right now, wheel it back a little bit. What is the word that represents, I got it, I did it? Okay. And jot that word down for yourself. And some people say, like, yes, ooh, scrumptious. I love that word. Yes, type it in. This celestial being that you were watching, or maybe you were seeing yourself as this celestial being. It could be very simple, like, I did it, or huzzah. I don't know, whatever came to you. Whoa. Sometimes I think about all the different noises I make when something goes well. Or the other day I fell and I was like, huh. And I was like, well, it's a cool, interesting sound. Great. Great, great, great. Okay, cool. So this is something that, whether you're watching on the replay or you're watching live, I want you to keep this word close to you. And in the realm of quantum physics or manifestation, whatever you want to call it, you're never going to be at the ready moment for it. You got to like start the train before you get to the mechanic. And so this word is something we're going to use throughout the video vixen, which starts December 12th. But let's be honest, it's already really started, right? Your brain is into it already. All right, folks. So that's it. That is the today. I'm going to start coming live a little bit every day, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a dare. And the dare is go live today and talk about this thing that you're going to be doing on the 12th. And start to infuse your creative thought leadership energy already. Practice being the boss, not explaining, okay, I'm going to be doing this thing. I hope you can support me. But like, I'm going to be coming on live from December 12th on, sharing some of the opinions and thoughts I have on XYZ, whatever you have. So Elizabeth, you're the perfect example. I'm just going to use your work. You combine, I know maybe you missed the beginning, I don't know. But you were talking about creative thought leadership and like using two different areas that the world doesn't like to see together, where it's going to be provocative. It's going to be interesting. People are going to be like, oh, I could really learn something here. So you're not coming on asking, listen, if you want to come on and ask your friends for support, great, you can do that. But I want you to come on not only as the expert, but as the thought leader. So great. I'm going to use your stuff because it's fucking brilliant. Elizabeth is a body worker, and she includes, I always forget this word when it comes up right in the moment. It's the C word. It's not ancestors. I mean, maybe you share what you do and how you combine these two worlds. Yes, constellation. And she's done work with me, and it blew my mind. I still refer to it. So family constellation work and body work is total thought fucking leadership. It's not even thought leadership. It's like thought leadership, and it's actually in play for many years. It's not a new thing. So when you combine two worlds that aren't ordinarily put together, people wake up. And so I think that's what's also happening in the world is people are like, oh, there's always fights in the Middle East. I don't really have to care. So that's not thought leadership, but thought leadership is, okay, we're all going to wear love hats and hug everybody we see. And instead of rifles, we're also going to send out clowns. So there are war clowns. And so that is somebody who created that in France. That's thought leadership, creative thought leadership. It's like there was a war in France many years ago, and the police were standing outside with their rifles, and then the clowns came in. They're war clowns, not white face paint and Ronald McDonald, but they're like holding their own fake guns, and they're in a very graceful way, making fun of the cops who then can relax a little bit because they had all their riot gear. So that is something that changed the world when people started doing, war clowns or time clowns or any kind of sacred clowning. That's something I really love. I've done some work with it, but it's really it's really vulnerable. Like you basically take your own personal, most um vulnerable, close to the heart, and you make clownery out of it. So clowning about dementia, clowning about war, clowning about anything that is too fucking serious, and you bring some light to it. And it's really courageous because a lot of people can be like, fuck, what the fuck is that? And it's like, well, what else are we going to do here? And that's actually how vaudeville started, and that's how theater started. And um people needed to make money after World War II, and people were like, well, let's just go on stage. And I really resonate with the stage piece. So for me, when I talk about children with autism and adults with autism being performers, a lot of people are like, fuck no. They do things that are unexpected. We can't control them. And it's like, yeah, that's the kind of stage I want. So that's exactly what I'm inviting everyone to do with Video Vixen, is to share your deepest truths and to go live and say, like, I'm going to start going live December 12th. And I invite you to show up, because I'm going to be sharing some really cool, powerful stuff. And of course, tag me, and of course, write hashtag Winter Mission, Video Vixen Winter Mission, so we can all follow each other. And of course, get ready to comment on each other's stuff. It's only 18 days. And guess what? You get to make friends. All right, everybody. So I'm going to sign off. I'm going to also put this on YouTube, which it's not yet. And we'll get some new friends. We already have some new friends doing this. And so I welcome you all. All right, we're at 30 minutes. Wow. Thanks for the love. And I will see you soon. If you have any questions, don't think they're stupid. Just ask me them, because it's so important. You don't just like shrug it off. It's already started. We're already in it. We're in the energy. Okay. After this, I'm going to make a small clip about how you get rid of this Facebook user. It's really easy. Basically, you just have to give Facebook permission. It's like blah, blah, blah. Just click something. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. And thanks for showing up. Bye.